Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going on a little mission to become official sound experts. We've got a super fun quiz lined up to get your brain working and help you get ready for your exam. By the end of this, you're going to know all the secrets behind the sounds you hear every day.
Okay, are you ready to go? Let's dive right in. You can keep score if you want or just play along for fun. The most important thing is that we learn a little something new. Let's do this.
For our first round, we're going to tackle volume and pitch. This is all about what makes sounds loud or quiet and what makes them high or low. Pretty basic stuff, but super important. Here comes question number 1. Okay, first question. Let's talk about volume. What does it really show us? And if you could actually see the sound waves from a super loud noise, what would they look like? You've got 5 seconds to think about it, starting now. And that's time. So volume is just a simple way of saying how loud or soft a sound is. And for those really loud sounds, they're made by big, powerful sound waves. Simple as that. If you got that one right, you are off to an amazing start. So, if we know that loud sounds come from big waves, well, how do you make a sound louder? What do you have to do to make those sound waves bigger? 5 seconds on the clock. Go. You got it. It's all about energy. When you shout, you're using a lot more energy than when you whisper. Or when you bang on a drum really hard, you're putting in more energy than just a light tap. So, more energy equals a bigger wave, which our ears hear as a louder sound. Makes sense, right?
All right, we've got volume down. Let's switch gears a little bit. What about pitch? When we talk about sound, what does the word pitch actually mean? You know the drill. 5 seconds to think.
Yep, that's it. Pitch just tells us if a sound is high, like a little bird tweeting, or low, like a big dog barking. But what's really happening to make them sound so different? Let's find out.
Okay, here's a huge clue. All sounds are made by vibrations. But what's different about the vibrations that make a high sound compared to a low sound? Think about that for 5 seconds.
And here's the answer. It's all about speed. High-pitched sounds, like a whistle, come from really, really fast vibrations. And those low-pitched sounds, like from a big bass guitar, well, those come from much slower vibrations. Fast vibrations for high sounds, slow vibrations for low sounds.
Let's try and use that idea. Imagine you're holding a guitar or a violin. How could you make a really high-pitched note? I need 2 different ways. You've got 5 seconds. Let's see what you come up with.
Awesome job! First, you can make the strings tighter. A tighter string vibrates faster, and that gives you a higher pitch. And second, smaller instruments, like a little violin compared to a giant cello, naturally have shorter strings that make higher notes. And just like that, you've completed round 1. Well done!
Okay, time for round 2. We're going to move from the science of sound to how it actually affects us in the real world. And this is a really important one: noise pollution.
You've probably heard this phrase before, noise pollution. But what does it actually mean? What makes a sound become pollution? You've got 5 seconds to come up with the definition.
That's exactly it. It's not just any loud noise. It's the kind of sound that is annoying, maybe even harmful, and it just keeps going and going. Think about the constant noise of cars on a busy road or a construction site that's working all day long.
So we need a way to measure how loud sounds are, just like we use meters to measure distance. So what's that special unit we use for measuring sound? 5 seconds. Think hard.
That's the one. It's called the decibel, or just dB for short. This is the unit we use to measure how loud a sound is, and it's super important for knowing when a sound can become dangerous.
Now, this is a really, really important question for your safety. At what number, what decibel level, does a sound stop being just loud and start becoming actually harmful to our ears?
The number to remember is 85 decibels. To give you an idea, that's about as loud as a very busy street during rush hour. Being around any sound that's louder than 85 dB for a long time can start to damage your hearing. And here we are, our final question of the whole quiz. What's the biggest danger, the most serious risk of being around really loud noises for too long? Your last 5 seconds, make them count. And this is so important to remember. The damage can be permanent. That means it might not ever get better.
That's why protecting our ears by staying away from super loud noises or using ear protection is one of the most important things we can do.
And that's a wrap. You made it all the way through the quiz. That was fantastic work, everyone. You've learned about volume, pitch, vibrations, and the very serious topic of noise pollution. You are all officially sound experts. Go on, give yourselves a round of applause. So, I want to leave you with one final thought to take with you. As you go about your day today, what sounds are you going to listen to a little differently? Will you notice the high pitch of a bird singing? Or the low rumble of a truck driving by? Keep your ears open and keep exploring the amazing world of sound. Thanks for joining me.